Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa's not a financial planner. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. Because it makes Grandpa happy, that's why. Okay, so Tesla, what a fun day. It was a riot, and I ain't kidding. Everybody did extremely well. Uh, Nobody lost money that I know of. And let's see, uh, the one trucker guy picked up 450. Treasonous trucker, 450. Uh, One guy picked up a couple thousand, but he was doing an option, DSL. That was excellent. I didn't hear what Clutch Cargo did. Grandpa left his Zoom on the screen for 20 minutes. If Clutch Cargo wouldn't have told me it was on there, I probably still have it on there. Grandpa's such a goofball. I got it on the 4-hour chart, and I'm going to go through our charts and tell you the dominant trend here shortly, and I'm going to tell you where we are going to open tomorrow most likely, and the range we're going to run in, and all that kind of stuff. We had a high today of 226.40. Spectacular. We had a low of 218.63. We closed at 226.17, and it's currently bouncing around 225.95 after hours. So, and we have about an hour and 8 minutes till the 8 p.m. Eastern Time close. Let's see. Uh, Divergence yesterday was just nasty for divergence, but good for bulls. I think it was 53 million less shares on higher prices, and that is nasty. And what happens is you end up taking a bounce when it gets built up enough. And we got one in a quick hurry, but it was the news that came out on Tesla was so bullish this morning, and you probably all heard about that by now. And that she just started rocketing, so that was just super fun. Um, the dominant trend is up. Let's see, where did I put? Today we had 11 million more shares bought and sold on higher prices for a total of 78 million. Today, the overall average is 90.5 million bought and sold. So the dominant trend is currently up. And I'm going to show you that right now. Here's the 4-hour chart. And of course, that's a buy signal. But that isn't why the dominant trend is up. The dominant trend has to do with the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. If the daily, the weekly, and the monthly are all up, the dominant trend is up. So that's just the way it is. This is a trend line going back 3 years, and we managed to get on top of it today, right there. And let's see, what else am I looking at? I'm looking at a golden cross in the daily chart right there. How high will this bus run? I don't know. But we are in a golden cross in the daily chart. That's got to mean something. So, but Grandpa, I do the 5-minute chart and the 1-minute chart predominantly with golden crosses in the lower time frame. So I'm not real familiar with what it does in the daily. Oh, Lord, what do we got going on here? The weekly has a death cross currently, but that's more longer term out, okay? And since it got its death cross, it might have already played out possibly because 224 is where it hit, and it went down to 141. So 60, $80 it's done already. So I just don't know. Here's this dominant trend line again, and we're inching up through it again. This is the battle zone right here. That's why Grandpa's got a warning for you, because we're up along the top edge of this range right now, and Grandpa don't want to get stuck up here, and I don't think you do either. So be cautious. Be ready to get out of your positions. Don't do nothing silly up here, okay? Because we might do good here the rest of the week. Maybe next week, you don't know. Grandpa likes to go in and do shares. I don't usually care what the price is, personally. I just like to trade the first hour and a half of the day and get my money and give up, because I ain't smart enough to trade past that time of day. Got to take a nap. Here's the monthly. It's a buy signal. So, like I say, the dominant trend is absolutely up, and away. And we have buy signals in just virtually every chart we got. This is the hourly. And I did say multiple times last week that we'd be closing this week in the mid 220 range. That, in the mid 220 range is 224, 225, 227, and I'm expecting that for the rest of this week. I expect some closes in the 220, 227 range, possibly higher. But I do expect some wicks. And here's a wick on a candle over here. I expect some wicks to go up into the mid 230s, or possibly 237, 240. I like to see big wicks. When you want to do, I like to buy wicks in the opposite direction. If I can catch it, if you're lucky enough to catch it. That's the whole thing. Like here's an example of exactly what Grandpa's talking about. Right here. See that big wick? See that big wick? See that big wick? I like to buy in that wick. These particular wicks go up to 235. And we might blow through that, but it's going to be a war up here, okay? And I like to go short in the wicks, and I like to go long in the wick on the other end if I can figure it out. And Grandpa, believe me, Grandpa don't always do it perfect. But I'm going to warn you one last time here before I go. We're toward the top of the range, and don't get stuck up here. Okay, so what do we got going for the range? The range. Where the world did I write my stuff at? Okay, support 216, 215 area. It's got pretty good support for us. Of course, 212, 210, and 199 on the bottom side. Resistance up above 237 or 230, yeah, 237.80 on the top side. Not the top side, but the top of where I think it may possibly go tomorrow. 231.26. We got resistance in that area. And I think we're going to run in. If she really gets crazy, the 235, 220 area is really what I'm expecting to see. But with Tesla, you just don't know. I mean, this thing can run $23, $25 when it wants to, and you just don't. One thing you do know, you can expect the unexpected. Oh, the open tomorrow. I believe we're going to gap down. Grandpa's about 70-80% right. Haven't been right lately, but I come close. Grandpa does come close. And I'm usually right within seconds of the open. Or not that, minutes of the open. Okay, so I think we're going to open at 224 to 223.50 area. 50, give Grandpa a 50-cent range there. But yeah, I believe we're going to gap down to 224. Actually, I think we're going to break into the high 223 range for an open. That's what I've been calculating, and then I calculated some more, and that's what I come up with, and that's the way it is. So I went over and I got the church lawn mowed. I got to do the ditch out front with DLA wants to know, do you think the debate tonight could influence the stock? Yeah, that's that DLA that picked up a couple grand today for his two little twins his wife is going to have here by the 18th or sooner. He wants to know if the debate's going to influence it. Well, I know one thing. I'm going to watch it. And if Trump does as well as he usually does in a debate, he's cleaned everybody's clock so far in any debate he's ever been in. So I see no reason for it to change tonight. And Elon loves Trump, and Trump loves Elon. And when you got a guy that's giving you $45 million a month because he wants you to be president and he cares about our country, that's Elon. And I believe both these men are just honorable, and I believe they truly love our country and what's best for us. That's Grandpa's opinion. You can vote for whoever you want, and so can Grandpa. But my opinion, these two men are good men, and I think if Trump does very well, of course, I think the liberal media will, no matter what he does, will say he didn't do well. But that doesn't matter. I can watch it myself, and I have my own opinion, and that's just the way it is. So it's going to be fun. Anything you do when you watch, Trump is so humorous and funny. Even Elon is extremely humorous. If you can get what he's saying, he can be so funny. Trump is hilarious, and I just enjoy him to no end. But truthfully, a lot of what they say goes right over some of these people's head. It's like they don't get it. There's people that don't understand Grandpa. Can you believe that? I can't understand that either. I mean, well, outside of Grandma, she gave me heck this morning because she made money, and I told everybody. Grandma did good. She made $217 on her one little cash account. So she's happy. She just, Grandpa's got to be good. We've been married over 50 years, and there was a lot of suffering for Grandma to be married to Grandpa that long. Yeah, DLA. Okay, he is funny. It will be a great one. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I think everybody in America is going to be watching. Trump's a hoot. And hey, like we got our group that comes every morning. I'll be back at 9:15 tomorrow morning. We're going to trade live for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Our guys, we just have a blast. They're in chat, they're visiting, and they're making money. And they share what they're doing. There's no secrets here. We don't need none. Jeff didn't get in today. He was trying to get a buy-in several times, but he was doing it on his phone. He had truck trouble. He's broke down. The air conditioner don't work, and neither does the heater, and on his truck. And he's trying to get a load. And some of these guys. My opinion is, if you cannot focus, if you cannot take time to sit down for 1 hour and focus on what you're doing, and not be driving down the highway somewhere trying to trade, don't trade. Wait till the next day. Wait till you can sit down in front of your computer. It's hard enough to make money. We're playing against a supercomputer, and it's 100% designed to take our money. So if you want to keep your money, don't give them an edge of any kind. You need every edge you can get. That's Grandpa's preaching for the day. Yeah, I got that church lawn mowed, and it just poured. I was just about done with the ditch with the push mower. I finished it, and by the time I got back up to my pickup, it didn't matter no more. I had already taken a shower, and I was sopping wet. But I stood outside long enough, and pretty soon I dried out. Now I'm hoping that I don't start to mold, But I am sitting in front of a fan, and things are drying out a little at a time. But yeah, it was a good time. And truthfully, I probably needed a shower. The Lord knows. You don't have to say, Lord, do I need a shower? He knows if you need a shower. And Grandpa must have needed one. He don't care that I took one the day before. He thought I needed another one, and I got one. So the Lord is good. All good things are from the Lord. So that's the truth. And hey, think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.